65 million people are doing this right now. 65 million people. That's a lot of people. And they're doing this right now. About 20 hours a week, roughly. 65 million people, average time they're spending caring for somebody is 20 hours a week. Now, there's a reason I'm telling you all these stats right now. First off, do you know who the typical caregiver is? Typical caregiver, 49-year-old married, employed woman caring for her widowed 69-year-old mother who does not live with her. I'm not the typical caregiver. I've been a caregiver since I was 23 years old. But sometimes God uses the oddball to do something to help others. I'm the oddball. I do not fit the average. I do not fit the norm. I am way out in the hinterlands. And that's okay. But this is what's going on here. And there's 6 major impact areas on the life of the caregiver. We're going to talk about that. But the reason I'm getting into this stuff, when I say 65 million people, and they're spending 20 hours average a week doing this. There are people turning down work, they're leaving the workforce. There are people that are turning down promotions because they're saddled with the responsibility of taking care of a vulnerable loved one. What do you think that does to the economy? What do you think that does to the church? Now, the church can be a blessing to so many people who are in need, but if those people aren't working, if everybody's in need, where are the resources coming from? And as I tell folks with benevolence committees and so forth, who here has sat on a benevolence committee? You guys have been there where people come to you and they're in need. A financial gift to a family in need is wonderful. But eventually somebody's got to go to work. Somebody's got to manage money. Somebody's got to be able to be a steward of that money. How many have prepared a meal and taken it over to a family in need of a medical crisis? Now, this is a Baptist church. Every hand should be going up. Because wherever 2 or 3 are gathered, there is macaroni and cheese. Now, how many have raised those hands high? How many have made a meal and taken it to a family in need? That is a great gift, but eventually somebody's got to learn how to cook. When you're dealing with long-term chronic stuff, I was talking to a lady one time at a church, and I said, all right, you've heard a little bit of our story. How would you, if I walked in and told you my journey, what would you say to me? How would you help me? She said, well, I could offer to come clean your house. I said, that's great. Now, this has been going on for 27 years. Are you prepared for that kind of commitment? She said, let me think about it. I said, take a moment. Because all of a sudden when you realize we're really good, the church is really good in short-term situations. We're really good at it. But long-term stuff, that's where we need a little bit of help. Figuring out what to even say to somebody like me. What to say to somebody who's going through something that just doesn't seem to end. That's what we're here to talk about. Okay.